Welcome to my channel GIS Guru Tutorials. Today I'm gonna share tips and tricks for real-time uses of DEM in ArcMap. Whether you like or dislike my video, please comment and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Stay tuned. Let us understand what is a DEM. In a very basic concept, DEM is the digital elevation model, that is a raster image which actually stores the Z value in its each particular cell, and that helps to signify it into a 3D elevation model. Okay, so after this DEM, I gonna show or I gonna inspect the range of elevation differences between DEMs of two different time period of a particular area. So for that, I have collected the DEM of of 1980s driftless 30, which has a cell size of 30. So this has a very less resolution, and the recent of 2012 year DEM, it has a cell size of 3. So it has high resolution as compared to driftless 30. So now I gonna inspect the range of elevation differences. For that, I have to calculate the difference or find out the difference image between these two elevations images. So spatial analyst tools, then map algebra, then raster calculator, and after then 1980s DEM driftless 30 minus the driftless, the recent, somehow the recent one, and then I have to give output as differences. Okay, dot img, don't forget to put dot img, then okay. Yeah, it will take time. Okay, it's done. So I have got the difference image. Now I can identify the differences. So for that, let's first understand the darker region. The darker region has a very less very low difference, that is of -27. It's a max low. So let's identify any darker region. Okay, let's choose this one, this area. It has a -18. So I can say this area and this area, the elevation has a decreased from all this time period. From all this time period, it has decreased. And similarly, if I identify the white region, white region, okay, it has a 18.84 pixel value. So so the this area has increased in its elevation. So in real world it can happen somehow. For example, if the rock debris has shifted from high slope and deposited in the down slope, and all through this time period this happens, and the elevation is increased. So as of I have done the differences between the two DEMs. Now just move with a different aspect or use of a DEM, that is view shed. So for view shed, at first I have to choose a better resolution DEM. So definitely it will be driftless. Yeah. So after driftless, Mm, um, we will do the hill shed. For that, go to special analyst tool, then surface, you will get hill shed. Here input raster at as driftless, give the name hs drift. Okay, then put then give this altitude as 25 to get the better contrast, as the angle of light will be on 25. Then check this model shadow. If it's unchecked, check it, then okay, you will get this hill shade. of the driftless dim. Fine. So it gives little bit 3D look. Okay, so now moving forward towards a view shed. uh, we have to add a point of as view spot. It can be a single point or a or it can be multiple points. As to understand this very clearly, I have taken only one point here. So view spot, here is the point. And actually what viewspot does is it just gives you all the possible cells which can be visible from this particular point. So let's do, you will understand it clearly then. So for view spot, go to 3D analyst tools, visibility, then view shed 2. Okay, then choose input raster as a driftless, input raster as driftless. Okay, then input point as views point, then put the name as something like drift, not drift, mm, view shed drift, mm, 2.img. Okay, yeah. Then do one more thing as as set the observer parameter, observer offset, mm, as put it 5, as the height of the observer. It may be 5. Yeah. Then uh, okay. Yes, we have done. So I have got this view shed drift 2. Uh, let's change the color so to understand it very clearly. Yeah. So what it has done actually, it marks all the possible sets of cells which are visible from this particular location. As of viewshed is done, now we will move forward to the visibility on a line of sight. Okay. So visibility on a line of sight is actually is a very demanding thing. For example, we have two different points on a terrain relief. So let's let's collect two different points from start point to end point. We have this sight line. Give it a darker color. Okay, so yeah, so I have constructed this sight line from this east to towards west. So this is actually the start point and this is the end point. So let's calculate the line of sight uh, for this line. Yeah, for that I have to go to visibility, 3D analysis tools, visibility, then line of sight. Okay. uh, After then I will input this surface as a drift. Yeah, driftless. Then input line feature as this sight line. Mm, then it's optional, leave it. Then give the output name as as a visibility. Visibility line, something like visibility line. Yes. Then uh, it's dot shp save. Yeah. mm, Input. Yeah, then it's give a okay. Hmm. Yeah, so you can easily understand how it works. Yeah, it gives you two different color lines, that is green of visible, red is not visible. Give it a better color or or a width. Three. Okay, yeah. So from this start point, we can actually see the areas or the locations which symbolizes the green color till the end point. Yep. After the visibility on a line of sight, we will move to get a random profile along a path. So for that, to get a profile for that for any path, we have to digitize any random or any individual road on a road, mm, or particularly on a DEM. So I have digitized a road here. Um, so you will get this, yeah, yes, this red line as I have digitized. Um, mm, so to get the profile along this road, I have to do the stack profile. So for that, go to 3D analyst tools, then functional surface, then stack profile. Yes, to stack profile, then input feature will be this road, then profile target. The profile target, it will collect from driftless. Yes. Then give any name to stack. Uh, Stack. Okay, then table. uh, dot it may be table as a dbf. Yeah, it should take. Okay, then output graph name. Okay, yeah. We should give a stack road profile, road profile. Yes, then okay. And now it will take little time. Yeah, it's done. So you will get the profile of the line which you may digitize randomly to anywhere. You will get based upon that corresponding height you will get. So if I check, uh, I have created this road as a start point from here to the end point, this. So my start point, it has a very less elevation here, from 200. The elevation starts, and this region has actually higher elevation. So uh, yeah, it's done, and you can actually export this as a jpg image, which later on you can also continue with your map layout, adding the profile along any path with the map. So to get a very good layout, and that's it. Thank you for today lesson. I hope you like it.